Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Trashy Treasures. Today I'm going to show you 13 ways to use fabric in your journals. The first one is using a note card. You can either sew, glue, or staple a tab to the middle, and it makes a nice pull out of a pocket. This one I just sewed a piece of fabric, or you could glue it, of course, to the front as just a little decoration. The next one, I call these, I guess, journal tucks. So these are note cards that I had dyed, index cards. And then when you flip them over, I just sewed some fabric. So inside a pocket, it'd have a decoration. You could write on the back. All right. This one, I don't know what to call it, but it's just another note type card. It is an index card, and then I just sewed a piece of fabric. It'd be a nice note card to put in Happy Mail or even in a journal tuck. Again, you could staple or glue all of these that I'm showing you. Idea number 3, let's see here. These are little mini paper pads. So inside I just used some regular paper. Well, this is paper I got at a state sale, so it already had the vintage look to it. Just put a few pieces in there, and then you could just staple at the top, and yeah, so you got a little notepad to stick in a journal pocket. Idea number 4 is very similar to that idea that I just showed you, but they're mini. There's something about mini stuff that I just love. So these, oops, that's the next one. Just a little mini notebook. I love this fish print. I got a bag of free fabric scraps from a lady in town, and she had really good taste, in my opinion. This one I just cut up index cards. One index card, I think. Yeah. So that's idea 4. Idea 5. On this, fabric swatches. They look kind of the same probably on camera, but this is just samples of fabric. Some I put a backing to so that it had made it easier to tuck, but you don't have to. This one does not have a backing, and it's just little pieces of fabric sewn together, and then you could clip it to a page. I just think they're adorable. I can't get it apart, but yeah. So swatches. The next one are note cards with a ruffle. Now, I think you might have to have a sewing machine for this. I'm not entirely sure how it would be done with glue, but maybe it could be, or a staple. This I just put a ruffle on top of a note card just to give it a little bit of decoration. And the next one, I just did this one yesterday randomly because I had a recipe card sitting on my desk. So I just added a fabric flap to the recipe card, so then it could just be a note card, I guess, inside a pocket. I just thought it was funny. All right. These are little scrappy pads. All I did was take scrap paper and staple them together. And then this is a piece of fabric that I folded over the top and then just put 2 staples. And they're a nice little way to decorate your journal for little effort, really. All right, let's see. Here's another method. You can use a fabric scrap and just use it as a journal closure, and use it as you can tie a bow on the outside. Yep. So the way I get my scraps, this lady had this pre-cut, but how I would do it is take a little snip at the edge of some fabric, like an inch in, and then you just rip down. And it gives it that tattered look. Okay. The other idea is you could put fabric on the spine of a journal, and it just a little strip, and this one's very common. I've seen this one a lot. I did not make these ones up. And then the other one would be a closure. Now this junk journal is definitely a junk journal because my sewing was out of control because I was having issues with my what was it? Oh, it needed to be lubricated, I guess, my sewing machine. So not a good example as far as that goes, but that's not the point. The point is using fabric as a closure. All right. And then this one is one of my favorites. This is a fabric pocket. So I just glued around and now it's a pocket. And I think I used Fabri-Tac for that. You probably could use art glitter glue, but Fabri-Tac was all I had at the time and it worked great. So, and then this was a mistake that turned into an idea. Yesterday, what I was trying to do was sew this cherry fabric to this note card, and then I would just cut the rest off and have it just be like the other ones I showed you. But I stitched it's hard to explain, but I stitched too far out, so I could not cut right there, take all my stitching out. So I left the extra fabric as a flap, and then you could put it over, well, let's see, grab my journal. Let's try to, so you can put it over a page and then clip it. So I thought that was kind of cool. So those are my 13 ways to use fabric in a journal, and I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know if you have other ways you use fabric in a journal. I mean, the obvious would be doing a cover that I have not done yet. But let me know if you have some ideas that I didn't mention. I would love to learn about them. Thank you so much.